Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Numan Ilyas, and today I and my group members Umar Javed and Eddie Zabar would demonstrate the project Man in the Middle Attacks caused by R spoofing and its detection and prevention. I would be explaining the concept of R spoofing and Man in the Middle attacks, plus I would also demonstrate the tools such as XRP and Wireshark for the detection of these attacks. On the other hand, my group member Umar Javed will demonstrate the method 1 to prevent these attacks, and considering its drawbacks, our group member Ari Zafar would demonstrate the method 2 for the prevention of man in the middle attacks. So what are man in the middle attacks? These attacks are launched only if we are able to intercept the traffic between two devices. In first part of the image, the communication of the entities are directly with each other as they are intended to. But in the second part of the picture, where man in the middle attack occurs, the hacker can place themselves in the middle of the connection, allowing them to intercept and see anything that is being transferred between the devices. They can even modify the request and responses of the clients that are connected in the network. To achieve man-in-the-middle attacks, hackers use different methods. One of the methods is ARP spoofing attack. ARP spoofing allows us to redirect the flow of packets. So instead of flowing as shown in the diagram, it will flow through the hacker computer. Through this, any type of confidential data would be achieved by hacker. Even he would be able to modify and redirect it. Now this R-spoofing attack occurs due to the address resolution protocol that is used to simply map IP address of a machine to its MAC address. Now these protocols allow the client to accept responses even if they did not send a request. Clients trust response without any form of verification, due to which ARP spoofing attack occurs. So we can view in screen that this is our target machine, and we can view its IP address and the address with its router in the R table, which will be spoofed in future. Now we will start BetterCap in Kali Linux for spoofing on interface ET80 and view its help. Now we will turn on net.probe on to search up for available target machines, and here we can see that 10.0.24 is the IP of our target Windows machine. Setting the target to the Windows machine IP and turning on full duplex, which will spoof both the victim's target machine and router. And now in the victim's R table, we can see that the physical address of the router is successfully changed. Now as I have already installed XRP tool, now we will detect the ARP spoofing using it on its basic settings. Now again resetting the physical address of the router in R table, and now we are again turning on ARP spoofing to on. And now when we visit our Windows machine, here we can see that the XR tool has detected ARP spoofing for the IP 10.0.2.1. And now in XR details, we can see the IP address of the attacker who has spoofed the address resolution protocol. So after opening Wireshark, we will go to preferences, and in preferences in protocols we will search for R protocol, and in R protocol setting there we will edit its setting for detect ARP request home. Here we have already enabled. Okay, and going to Ethernet traffic. Now again visiting our Kali machine and probing the network by BetterCap, and we can see that when we probe the network on Wireshark traffic, ARP requests have been detected, and when we analyze them in detail, we can see the storms of ARP packets have been detected. So after probing the network, now we will spoof the network and check the result of Wireshark. So again turning off spoofing on and then visiting to our Windows virtual machine that is running Wireshark, and then now we are seeing that ARP requests have been detected, and now we will analyze the packets, and oh warning that the connection has been reset.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Umar Javed. As my friend Numan has presented how to detect MI team attacks, now I am going to present the first method of preventing from MI team attacks. Now let's begin. This is my Kali machine. I am already sniffing on the network. Uh, Now, what I will do, I will sniff the sites which operates on HTTP as well as HTTPS protocol, and I will steal user credentials. Now, this is victim machine. I'm going to enter my credentials over here. You will see these credentials on my Kali machine. You can see I've steal the user credentials of HTTP site. Now I'm going to steal the credentials of HTTP site. Now you can see the site is operating on protocol HTTPS. Now what I will do, I will downcast this HTTP site to HTTP, and then I will steal user credentials because HTTPS protocol encrypt the data and then transfer it to over the network, and that data will be ambiguous for me, and that's why it's necessary for me to downgrade it. So I have entered my credentials over here. You can see these credentials, a 1234 password and password number, and password is hack. So I have sniffed HTTPS as well as HTTP site, and I have stealed user credentials. So how to secure a network? For this, you have to install HTTPS Everywhere plugin on your browser. This plugin has a list of sites that operates on HTTPS protocol. Uh, this plugin will not allow browser to downgrade from HTTPS protocol to HTTP protocol. What Buttercap do? Buttercap downgrade sites from HTTPS protocol to HTTP protocol. Now, after installing this plugin, I'm going to enter my credentials on HTTP protocol site, and you will see these credentials on my Kali machine. As you can see, I have still user credentials of site that was operating on protocol HTTP protocol. Now, what's really good on this plugin for HTTP protocol? It just plug all the sites that operate on HTTP protocol. As you can see, I have turned on encryption mechanism. This will not allow my browser to access HTTP sites. As you can see,
Assalamu alaikum, I'm Arid Zafar and today I'll be presenting Man in the Middle Attack Prevention Method 2. As earlier my fellow has discussed the method 1, which was HTTPS Everywhere plugin. This prevention method was not very efficient, but yet it was beneficial as it was free. Moreover, disadvantages we had to face in this method were our data is still accessible, which still allows spoofing, and it also works only with the HTTPS websites. Now, the more secure method which I am going to discuss in this presentation is using a virtual private network, which is also known as a VPN. Using VPN while browsing any site is somewhat secure and doesn't allow your data to be exposed. Practically, as you can see on my Kali machine, that we have browsed different websites like bing.com, google.com, and we have allowed sniffing to be processed. Now connecting my server to the VPN, you can use any VPN provider. I'm using here Australian ZS VPN, which comes with no logs, and it supports all the operating systems like Linux, Windows, Android and iOS, and even it tells which is a privacy form. Now as you can see that when I connect to my VPN, it establishes an encrypted tunnel between my computer and a VPN server that I just connected to. Now after that, we will browse some sites, we will open Google and Bing.com, etc. And also we will use a site to enter our credentials. Now we can see it on our Kali machine that no passwords and username can be seen here. Normally we can see at least the domains of the website visited. This is because we are using a VPN here. Normally, when we use any Google or any other site, our data is not encrypted and might be at risk. So when we use a VPN, our information goes through a safe tunnel and we don't care whoever tries to reach us. And once our request reaches the VPN, it forwards it to the google.com. Now normally, as you can see on my screen, this is the direct connection which has been established between a user and any browsing site like google.com. Now when we use VPN, we enter in a safe tunnel, and even when the man in the middle attack is trying to reach us, he cannot. Because by building a private network from a public internet connection, a virtual private network, VPN gives a user online privacy. VPNs mask your IP address so that your online activities are untraceable and have links that are encrypted to provide an even higher degree of privacy. However, using a VPN also has some disadvantages with that it slows down the connection and also doesn't make you know that how much extent it is encrypted. However, still using a VPN is a better choice, and most of such cons are seen to be faced while using a cheaper VPN services, and normally your data is then encrypted by a VPN provider, making it much less likely that your ISP will try to throttle you. Your connection is both safer and faster in this scenario. Thank you.